Hi there, it's Gina Brogan, and good morning. It is Sunday, and I wanted to talk to you today about in our November self-love and gratitude project. As promised in yesterday's post, which I brought up a little bit of a potentially heavy topic, and I wanted to talk today about Ho'oponopono. It's a prayer, and it basically says the 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 mantra and the sayings are thank you. Let's see. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, and thank you. So I'm going to do my best to describe sort of some of the history behind this Ho'oponopono prayer. It has its origins in Hawaii and Hawaiian legend, and what it means to me and how I use this prayer. Hi, Kit. How are you? Thank you for joining. And hey, Rasta, how are you doing down in Mexico? I hope your meditation practice is going strong, and if not, don't worry. Just start it back up again. Don't ever beat yourself up about it. That's what I'm hearing from a lot of people. Oh, I feel bad because I fell off. Or they're not doing it, their meditation, and then they feel bad. But don't feel bad, because every day, every moment is a new moment to make a different choice. And um, if you want to talk about it, let's talk. Let's set up a conversation. Anyway, what I'm talking about is the Ho'oponopono prayer, and it goes like this. And sometimes when I'm doing my meditation, I just repeat it over and over and over. It's a healing prayer, and it says, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Over and over and over. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. So, as I said, I'm going to do my best to explain my understanding of it and why it's so powerful, and some of the history that I've learned about it. So, there was I just learned a lot more about it researching it, but what I know from like the real surface explanation was there was a guy in Hawaii, Hugh Len. He co-authored a book with Joe Vitale called Zero Limits, and he apparently went to a Hawaiian like insane asylum type of place where there were a lot of criminally insane inmates. And he did this healing prayer over and over and over, healing himself. And then he did this over each of the inmates or patients' files. He didn't even interact with them in person, just their files. And what happened, according to the legend I've read, is that one by one, these inmates were released, and they actually ended up having to close the facility because there was no inmate population. So it was really, really powerful. And I'm going to read a description that he provides for how he understands the process and the power of this. So Len makes no claim to be a kahuna, which is an elder, an Hawaiian island elder. He brings the new idea that the main objective of Ho'oponopono is getting to the state of zero, where we would have zero limits, zero boundary between us and the world and universe in which we inhabit. No memories, no identity. To reach this state, which Len calls self-identity through Ho'oponopono, includes using the mantra, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And it's based on his idea of 100% responsibility. taking responsibility for everyone's actions, not only for one's own. If one could take complete responsibility for one's life, then everything one hears, sees, tastes, touches, or in any way experiences would be one's responsibility because it is in one's life. The problem would not be with our external reality. It would not be with the people and the circumstances outside of us. It would be with ourselves. Total responsibility, according to Hugh Len, advocates that everything exists as a projection from inside the human being. So, I hope that that's not too confusing. I hope that that makes sense. And if you have read any of my work, you know that that's very consistent with everything I say. All healing starts within. When you work toward healing the relationship with yourself and inside of yourself, hi Rasta, that is when everything else outside of you starts to take care of itself. Your relationships outside of you start to either heal, or toxic relationships or painful, abusive relationships start to disappear, and they no longer are part of your reality. And you heal your relationship with finances, with circumstances, with people, with jobs, with your health. All healing really does start within. And so I feel like this Ho'oponopono prayer is such a great place to start, because I use it when I know that I am being, like, I've lost my spirituality, and I start screaming at my kids, and I become a lot less attractive to myself. I know that I've lost connection with myself, and that's when I need to go within and do some healing, because whatever I am screaming about or angry about or disappointed by has nothing to do with the people I'm angry with. It doesn't have to do with the fact that my kids aren't doing what I asked them to do. It has to do with what's going on right inside of me. And I know that a lot of people resist this way of thinking, and they want to say, no, it's their fault. Those people did this, or this happened to me. Nothing happens to you. It happens for you. Every circumstance and every situation is an invitation for you to find out what's going on inside of you and what you are made of and what's really important to you. So, if you are wanting to deepen your meditation practice, this is and you kind of find yourself getting lost and confused and your mind wandering, this is a great place to come to, because it's something you can simply repeat over and over and over. You can, match your in-breath and your out-breath with each saying, so it will keep you sort of centered on that prayer. And I encourage you, I will post a link to some literature that research that I have found about it if you want to learn more about the Ho'oponopono prayer and how powerful it can be. So thank you guys for listening, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to stick around and answer questions. Because as you know, I feel very, very strongly about all healing taking place inside. And as I heal the relationship with myself, and as I allow things to come through me, and I allow painful, uncomfortable emotions to come up, and I question, what is this about? What is this saying? What does this mean for me? What am I making it mean? Without judgment on me or the circumstance or the situation or the other person involved, then that's when healing starts. I can recognize patterns in my behavior, and I can say, that no longer serves me. I'm no longer that person who needs to live that way, or who needs that situation, or needs that crutch in her life. So I'm here for questions. Does anybody have anything? I have done this live video in this small group of ours, and it's a nice little container. I will most likely also come and do it in my personal page, because that is part of my work. You know, I've hidden myself from the world and played really small all my life because I was fearful of what if people don't like me, and what if people are mean to me, and what if people judge me. And as I heal, and as I find that people everywhere, they need this work, and there are people out there who need to hear my message, and they need to hear it the way I say it, and I can't hide anymore because people out there need the healing. And there's so many people out there doing really great healing work, and my healing work is just my version of it. But to keep it small and to keep it inside of me is doing a disservice, because I know that there are people who need to hear it from me in the way that I say it and the way I package it. Just like there are people who need to hear it from others. So that's why I'm going out there, and I'm really putting myself out there bigger and stronger and bolder. And as a result, people are finding me, and people are finding healing through my words. And that's what I'm here to do. This is my life's purpose. This is my life passion. So I hope to see you around more. It's very nice to see you here. You get the hiding part. Our gifts are for someone else. Yeah. And this hiding is, and playing small, I'm going to, yes, tomorrow, the day 7 of the Self-Love and Gratitude Project, I'm going to talk a little bit more about how hiding is no longer part of my life, and how I'm showing up more with my authentic truth and no longer afraid. I'm not afraid of what people think of me, because what other people think of me is none of my business. It only matters what I think of me, and same for you guys. So I feel really just actually really proud and empowered by being able to put myself out there and to connect with people who need to hear my message of hope and transformation. So if you have any questions, you know where to find me. I have to go feed a child. He's just up because, yeah, it's noon here and he's a teenager. So I'm going to go feed him, and I hope you guys have a really great day. All right, bye-bye.